Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thanks for stopping by for a visit today. I'm so excited that we're all here today and can visit for a little while. I hope you are having a great day. Today is my day 23 of working on my stitch sampler wrap. So each day I'm getting a surprise yarn and putting it into this wrap. It's a Ruana wrap, and I'm just working up the back. This particular project is starting at the back bottom, like um, kind of around the back of my knees, and it's going to go up my back, and then it'll split and then come over my shoulders. So that is what I'm working on. And each day we get a new yarn, and it's kind of exciting to see what color is going to be next. Today I am drinking a tea. It is, well, I thought I knew what kind of tea it was. It is gingerbread sweet home herb tea, caffeine free, which caffeine free doesn't matter to me. I drink caffeine. I need caffeine. Um, it has cinnamon, ginger, and vanilla. And this is what it is. I thought I would try this out today. It's a gingerbread tea. And it tastes really good. And I did get a gingerbread treat at my son's work. It was like a gingerbread bar with icing on it. I did get that at my son's work at the bakery a couple of Saturdays ago, and this tea would have been really good with that. Gingerbread tea. Huh. Who knew? That's really good. I'll just show you one more time in case you wanted to see details on that. This did come from Amazon. It is a canister, and it has little bags in it, and this is what they look like. They're little round pods. I know it smelled really good when it was, I had put my sugar in, and then I put my pod in, and then I put it over there and let the hot water run into it, and it was smelling really good while I was gathering up my things. So I wanted to let you guys know, a lot of people have um, said they've sent me a friend request on Facebook or such, but I'm not on Facebook. I do not get on Facebook. I'm not there. So I'm not getting any friend requests on there. I'm on Instagram. And if you want to find me on Instagram, this is where I'm at. Llama.mama.kayla. So that's two L's and then a dot and a dot. So that's where I am on Instagram. You can find me on there. Basically, on Instagram, I get on there and I post some of my crochet. I post some of my calico critters, some of my dolls, just life in general. And then I, will scroll on Instagram and heart pictures and stuff like that. I'm not doing a lot of typing. Only typing I'm doing on there is when I post my stuff. So, I'm not using it for communication or anything like that. I'm just posting my photos and looking at other people's photos. But if you want to find me on there, this is where you can, because I'm not anywhere else on social media except for YouTube and Instagram. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I know some people have been trying to find me on Facebook and they can't find me on there because I'm not there. So anyway, the gist of this project here is my son has put these yarns in these baggies, and so I don't know what color yarn we're getting each day, but I'm always so excited to find out. So we're going to find out what today's yarn is, and this is day 23 of working on this wrap. And so here we go. A box of something. Okay. Well, so this is like a burnt orange, kind of like. It's not really orange, but it's not really a brown. It's more of a burnt orange is what I would call it. So that is what color is going to go next after the green. So, and then the prize that was in there was Junior Mints Peppermint Crunch, real Junior Mints made with real candy crunch. I hope that just melts in the mouth and then I can swallow it. So that's what was in there today. I'll try that out later. There's only going to be prizes in, like, I guess 2 more bags, and then the other bags that he's going to come out either tonight or tomorrow night and fix are not going to have prizes in them. Yeah. So I am going to tie this orange on to the green. Our temperature today is like 67 degrees. Now, you know, we were dying last week or earlier this week. I don't even know when it was. It was last week. Yeah. And now it's 67 degrees. It's sunny. Looks like spring out there, which we already have, you know, green trees and grass and stuff like that. We don't lose all that in the wintertime like some states do. Our leaves don't really change color. They just stay green. Some turn brown and fall off the trees, but a lot of our trees just stay green. And then we just have green grass. So it looks like spring out there. Even though we know it's not, it will get, you know, cold again every now and then. Usually January is when we have our cold temperatures. Someone asked why I tie this so many times. Because I want to make sure it's secure. This thing's going to get washed a lot. And I want to make sure it's not going to come undone. I don't trust just one knot. So, yeah. I have a couple of questions that I'm going to answer today that people have asked in the comments. And if you want to ask a question for me to answer in the comments, feel free to do that. And I will try my best to answer that. If I can't answer it, I just, you know, can't answer it. But most of the time, I think I probably can. So, what I did with the screen, I was doing the I was doing a V-stitch. And so that's what I'm still working on, is V-stitches. So, I'm just going to come right along and finish off this row of V-stitches. And Pam, you asked me for a list of the stitches that I'm doing. I'm not doing any kind of repetitive order. I'm just doing some double crochet, some V-stitches, granny stitches, double crochet, chain one, double crochet, you know, skipping one in there. So I'm not doing any kind of sequence. I'm just doing whatever. I'm doing double crochet stitches and whatever I can do them in. And the reason why I'm doing double crochet is because I want it to grow. I don't want to do single crochets and it just never grow. So I'm all about the double crochet, whatever I can do in double crochet. So there's no list of stitches. That's all I'm doing. Whatever I can do that is double crochet. And I am just doing V-stitches, which is a double crochet, chain one, double crochet in that same stitch, and then moving to the next V-stitch and doing the same thing. So that's all I'm doing. So someone asked me who taught me to crochet. Well, believe it or not, good old YouTube. I didn't have anyone to teach me to crochet. I just learned on YouTube. I just watched lots of YouTube videos, learned the different stitches, learned to chain, and just started crocheting. So, and that was in October of 2019. And I think maybe I've said that was 2018 before, but I was thinking about it just a few minutes ago, and it was 2019 because it was after our last fair that that we had before COVID, and then 2020, was COVID hit, and I lost my sister in 2020, in January of 2020, and I had just learned to crochet. So I learned to crochet in um, October of 2019. So really, I hadn't been crocheting that many years in all reality, but I love it. I love creating, and it gives me purpose and a pastime, something to do. So I'm so thankful that I'm back to crocheting, because I'll be honest with you, that month I wasn't crocheting was super hard on me. It really was. I tried to hold it together, but it was super hard not being able to crochet after my surgery. So I'm happy. I'm crocheting. I'm doing good. I mean, I say I'm doing good, I'm happy and all that. I mean, I do have hard times. Don't get me wrong and think my whole life is just rosy, and you know, I don't have days where I don't feel good, or days where things don't go right for me. Yesterday evening was one of those days. I was trying to do some things around the house, and I got really frustrated because I was making more messes than I was doing cleaning up. And that's hard on me. Sometimes I feel like I work twice as hard as everyone else and don't get anything done. And that is frustrating. I cleaned the bathroom. That's the room that I always want to clean. Even when my kids lived at home, I always was the bathroom cleaner because I want to know that it's clean and sanitized and everything. So I'll clean, and then I have to sit down 30 minutes, 40 minutes later, try to clean again, clean a little bit more in there. It takes me forever. It takes me forever. But anyway, so I cleaned the bathroom, and then Big Daddy had brought Phoebe home a new bag of food, and her container of food just had a little bit left in it. So I thought, well, that whole bag will fit in there. So I got my scissors and I cut the top off the bag. I got the container, set it there by the sink, and went to pour it in there. And I dropped the bag. I dropped the bag of dog food because it's hard to hold on to stuff with three numb fingers. It really is. I dropped it. Dog food went everywhere, all in the sink, and the waters were dripping because it was super cold yesterday. So that dog food was getting all wet. It was in the sink, and dog food was all over the floor. And I was trying to hurry and get things done before Big Daddy got home. And yeah, I got super frustrated, and I sat down. I just went in there and sat down. I cleaned up some of the dog food that was in the sink. Um, I got a paper towel and was getting some of the dog food out and throwing it away, taking it to the kitchen garbage and throwing it away. And then I just had to sit down. And so I sat down. Well, then Big Daddy drove up, and he came in and all, and then he went in the bathroom. He said, "What happened in here? Did you throw up?" And I said, "No, that's dog food in the sink," which I wouldn't have threw up in the sink anyway. But he's a man. Um, and I said, "I got some of it out, but I haven't finished. I'll finish it in a minute." And then he was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "I'm just frustrated." because I make more messes than I manage to clean up. And he was like, "It's okay. You ain't got to do anything." He was real supportive and sweet about it. But still, it's hard on yourself when you can't do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That is hard. And so I said, "I'm going to finish cleaning that up in a minute." And he was like, "Okay." So he said, "Well, I'm going to go back here and get my shoes off, get my house shoes on." And he said he hadn't ate anything, so he was going to fix him a sandwich. And so I went in there and got the broom and the dustpan and went back in the bathroom. All the dog food on the floor was gone. Phoebe cleaned it up. She knew her mama was upset. She cleaned up all that food. So that was good. And I went back in there. I said, "Well, I guess Phoebe cleaned up the bathroom because I had spilled dog food all over the floor." I mean, it wasn't a thick layer. It was just dog food spread out everywhere. And I said, "But it's gone, so I guess Phoebe cleaned it up." And he said, "Well, she is good for something." So, yes, I do have days where, things just don't go right for me. And I get frustrated. But, you can't stay down. You can't stay down because that's not healthy. So, you got to find something you can do and not let the things you can't do stop you from doing the things you can do. So, that's my motto. So, yes. I obviously can't hold a whole bag of dog food. Oh, goodness. Well, I'm working on this burnt orange, getting it in here. And like I said, I'm doing the V-stitches down this row, and then the next row I'll probably change to do a different stitch. And I don't know what stitch that's going to be yet. More likely, whatever hits me when I turn. So, this has been such a fun, no stress project. Um, I didn't even count my beginning chain or anything like that. I'm just crocheting. So, I'm not looking to turn this into any kind of stress project either. So, I'm just taking it day by day and having fun with it. And we will see how many days it takes me to make this because I'm on day 23 of the stitch sampler. And it's going to carry on until January, so the fun is going to continue. And I'm so glad that my son said that he had more of these little skeins of yarn. He ordered those from Amazon. I have no idea about any of that. They're just those little cheap skeins that you can get on Amazon. And they're not that soft, so you probably don't want to order them. They're not soft yarn. You'd be better off doing this with your scrap balls or just different colors of your own yarn. It might soften up after it's washed, but whatever. I'll wear a shirt under it, so it doesn't matter if it's not the softest thing in the world. And this is one that I'm mostly going to wear around the house. Stuff that I'm going to wear out and out about in public or the restaurants or places like that. I don't like to hold Phoebe in them because her dog hair, clings to certain materials. And so this is one that I'll just hold Phoebe. I can hold her while I'm wearing this. And someone has asked about Phoebe. She's doing good. Spoiled as ever because, she's the only dog living here now. And she um, loves Big Daddy. She loves when he comes home and gives her some attention. Some days he just don't feel like it. And he'll say, "I see you, lay down or whatever." And I'll be like, "Oh, Phoebe, your deadbeat daddy won't pet you." But she don't want him just to pet her. She wants all over him and to rub all over him and rubbing his beard and all that kind of stuff. So some days he just ain't up to that as soon as he gets home. And she don't understand that. But as soon as he sits back down later, she's all for it. So let me show you what this is looking like real quick. So I added in this burnt orange, and I see one of my big old gray hairs. So that's looking good on there. I really like how this is turning out. It's very pretty. And it is getting kind of long. So it's not long enough for me, but it is. It might be long enough for someone who is shorter than me. I'm about 5'7", so I got a ways to go. But I appreciate you guys watching. I always enjoy my time with you. Let me know down below what you're working on today, what you have going on in your life, and just in general, what's up. And I will talk to you all again very soon, friends. I'll be back with day 24, hopefully tomorrow. Bye, friends.